Okay, cool. Um, yeah, so I just opened up the projects that I was supposed to be working on. It's one of the ones that you guys probably have seen on my IG. I'll just go ahead and show that to you guys right here. This one right here. So we're just gonna be breaking down how to go about this real quick. By the way, you can also turn it to a GIF where it just plays continuously. Um, yeah, so what I did pretty much is I went online uh, on Google and I just looked for all these uh, different Puma shoes, as you can see. Yeah, not so much of them. But anyways, we'll jump onto After Effects now. So this is the project file right here. So uh, what you want to do first of all is let's create a new composition. You already know Command N or Control N. My resolution will be 29 1080p. Uh, One thing that is really important though, you see where it says frame rate, you have to change this to a lower frame rate because what we're doing now is sort of a little bit like I'll say maybe stop motion. Um, just so when you're playing back your footage, your animation, sorry, you feel that uh, you know kind of like a pause on each of the frame like that. So you want to make sure you reduce your frame rate, but let me go ahead and let's check out the one that I did initially just to confirm any frame rate, which I think you can see right here we used four frames per second. So let us create a new composition. Let's change this to four frames per second, and we'll leave the width and height to 1080, and yeah, just leave it like that. But unlike how it's starting from, it's actually starting from zero tech. I'll change the duration. I'll change it to about okay 30 seconds. So what you want to do now is to bring in any of your sneaker photo. I'll pick which one. Okay, let's bring the one into the composition. As you can see, it's like all big in the frame. Let's reduce it to about 50%. That might be too small. Let's do like 70. 70 should be good. I'll bring it down a little bit. Actually, 70 might be too big. Let's do 60. Okay, 60. So the next thing now is you want to add a background, right? I'll use this paper 10. Drag it into your composition. You can just rotate it 90 degrees. As you can see, now our composition is already coming together. So now what we want to do is if we go back to the sneaker 101, you can see how difference between each frame is one frame in a second, right? So now you can see from the first frame, right, you have this one background that I've created like this sort of pattern. It's not really like any big deal. All you just have to do is create a new uh, solid, Command Y, and change the color. What I did was just sample one of the colors of the hood right there, you can see. And if you want to create a pattern, you can just duplicate that. Let's Command Shift Y, change it to black, and we just had some sort of particles to it. Let's see, generate. Actually, not generate. We could just do, let's see, let's do transition. Let's do Venetian blinds right here. So if I double click on Venetian blind, you see where it says transition completion. Just increase it like that, and we'll change the angle just like that, and we can increase the width like that, and mind you, you can increase or decrease the transition. You can also feather it, which I don't really like. And what else is there? We can change the color. Instead of black, Command Shift Y to bring up, if you want to edit whatever solid that you have at the moment. Let us change it to let's see, I'll sample. Does that work? Kind of like it. So yeah, I just wanted to show you how easily you can create a background. You can increase how much, like, so pretty much what we're just trying to do here is just kind of see how we can blend colors together, if I can say so. Let's go back to our sneaker again. So this is my first frame. Now let's move to the second frame. So what I just did is, on the second frame, I still have the same shoe in the same position, and that is very crucial, just because the only thing that we're just playing with here is just the background and the shoes. But notice that the position of each shoe doesn't change. It's pretty much the same position. So we'll just really just be tweaking and just seeing whatever works as far as colors, to make this look really cool. So now, like I said, we're using the same shoes, right? I think we should make it bigger a little bit. Let's do 70 again. Okay, yes, 70 works. I'm sure you guys agree with me. So now what I want to do is want to move to the next frame, right? So on the next frame, we want to keep the shoe in the same position, but we need to change the background. So now what I'll do is I'm gonna cut the this background that we have, this one right here. I'm gonna cut it to change it to a different background. So I'm just gonna delete those. So now I can just use my texture that I had earlier. So now if you see the playback, you can see how cool that looks. So it's really just playing around. Honestly, there's really nothing big to it. Don't forget, the main thing to just keep in mind is your frame rate, because the smaller your frame rate, the less work I'll say you have to do, and the more kind of jerky your animation will look, which is really what we want, right? So yeah, so we have this, then I'll go to my next frame. So what I'll do now is I'll duplicate the Puma shoe. Let us move that to here. So what I can do now is let us fill this entire shoe now. Let us fill it with a color. So let us go to browse and look for fill. So what fill does, I'm sure most of you know already, fill just fills out the entire subject with whatever color that you pick. So let us double click. You can see it's red already, and you can pretty much click on the color and change it to whatever color that you want, anything that you pretty much want. Let's see, kind of like this. Actually, it's too purple. So what you can do now is you can see changes, and if you want to keep this background, you can keep it, and if you want to change it, you can still change it. So let us move to the next frame. On the next frame, I would I'll split the layer into two. That's Command Shift D, and I would just change the color Let's do red this time. So if I play back, you see that. And the next, let's go to the next frame. What I'll do is I would change the background this time, so you can really just see how much you can just play around with stuff. You can see that. And if I want to do it again, I can duplicate the pattern. I can, you know, change the style of the pattern here, change it to this time, increase the, it's just really you just playing around. I can decide to change my color. Let's say I change it to, let's see, yeah, something like this. Okay, so that's just really what this is about. There's really nothing crazy to it. I'm just, so you can just have this on repeat and you can continue doing this as much layers as you want. It's really just changing the colors, changing the background colors, and just another thing to keep in mind is try to work with really nice and colorful backgrounds, because it will make the subject pop out. And try to work with the colors that you have on your subject. It kind of like just complementing colors with each other. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you do have any question, glad to be back, man. I definitely look forward to creating more tutorials now. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, whatever it is that you want to do. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Ciao ciao.